Jai Shri Krishna, and today especially, Jai Sitaram. Our story today takes us to the ancient, magnificent city of Mithila, where King Janak rules. Once, the warrior sage Parshuram came to visit with King Janak. He brought with him an enormous bow. "This is the bow of Shiva," he said. "It is so massive that no mere mortal can lift it, much less string it. King Janak, I leave this here with you in your care, because you are a truly righteous king. Despite being surrounded by so much wealth, your mind does not sway. But I warn you, if you need to move this bow of Shiva, you will need at least 40 horses to do it. It is so heavy." As the king and sage Parshuram talked, someone crept into the room. She was a little girl, and she was playing pretend play, which is very serious business. She needed a horse, and that bow was perfect. She reached for it and tried to pick it up, but it didn't move. She thought, my father says that I was born of the earth, and the earth goddess has so much strength within her. She sends tall trees up into the air and nourishes their roots. Mountains, volcanoes rise from her surface. I will think about my Mother Earth, and it will make me strong enough to lift this bow. She prayed to Mother Earth, felt the strength of her mother fill her. She reached for the bow and picked it up in her little hands. She turned it over, made it into a horse, and galloped around. Parshuram looked in wonder. "Who is this little girl?" he said. "This is my daughter Sita," said Janak. All the courtiers gathered around, amazed to see a little girl play with the bow of Shiva as if it was nothing but a toy. "She is so strong, even though she's just a little girl." Parshuram silenced them all. "No, she is not strong even though she is a little girl. She is strong because she is a little girl. If we underestimate a little girl, we underestimate the goddess herself." He turned to King Janak. "O king, someday your little girl will grow up into a young woman, and she will need not a husband to take care of her, but a true partner, a best friend with whom she can walk the path of life so they can accomplish what they're meant to accomplish together. I think you should have a contest. Whoever can lift and string this bow of Shiva that your daughter has lifted so easily may be worthy enough for her hand." Years later, when Sita was ready, there was a huge swayamvar, a gathering in which kings and princes from everywhere came to try their hand at the contest of who could lift the bow of Shiva. Various kings and princes came forward. They struggled and tried and fell to the ground, completely defeated by this bow. Finally, like the sun rising in the east, Rama, Prince of Ayodhya, rose. He walked toward the bow like a young lion. He bowed to it and then picked it up as if it were a toy, just as Sita had done years ago. He strung the bottom part of the bow, and as he lifted the string to the top, the bow snapped in half. Crash! Everyone was taken aback, and then everyone cheered as they saw Sita and Rama were truly the best matched couple there could be. Sita garlanded Ram, and as you see in the picture, they were married and they had a wonderful life together. Both are remembered today for their truth, their righteousness, and their undying love for one another. I hope you enjoyed the story of Sita and the bow. I'll see you next time.